I step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Happy Monday, everybody. Good morning and welcome to Expresso, your feel-good breakfast show right here on SABC3. Good morning, team.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Gorgeous
Papa's in the house
ladies.
after your first Father's Day.
Oh, it was awesome. I got bought the coolest baby carrier. I'm figuring out everything. You're lucky I'm not wearing it right now with the baby strapped to me, okay? But it was so cool.
Upset about that.
It was a really cool gift. So thanks so much to Lindsay, my little boy, for giving me such an awesome Father's Day. But to Papa Ewan and all of the dads out there, hope you had a blessed day. It's always blessed when you've got kids, man. Really, really cool. So you talk about a Father's Day weekend. The amount of sports on offer was truly mesmerizing this weekend. So we're going to put some of our favorite celebs' cricketing knowledge to the test, and that in wake of the ICC Champions Trophy, and then get into all of the weekend sporting results. The Boks coming out on top again, but so much to chew through this morning.
Lots happening this weekend, and then we're also going to have a little fun with our What's Trending report. We'll take a look at what went viral, including siblings recreating childhood memories. We'll bring you all of that in the show.
And then our musical guest is going to kick your week off in the best way possible. A little bit of urban, a little bit of pop, some sprinkling of soul, and a whole lot of awesomeness. Amy Jones is in the house. She's been here before. She's going to blow your socks off this morning, so don't move a muscle.
Yeah, hands down, one of the most inspirational performances we've had, or performers we've had on the show. But right now, let's get into our temperatures with Papa Ewan.
Thank you so much, team. It seems like it's definitely going to be a real feel-good Monday morning. Let's kick it off with your temperatures and your weather quickly. And it seems that most parts of the country can expect a very chilly start this morning. Rainfall is expected for the mother city from about midday onwards today, with temperatures only reaching a maximum of 15 degrees. However, along the east coast between Richards Bay and Durban, sunny and warm conditions can be expected. Let's run you through those temperatures quickly. Polokwane starting off on 5 degrees minimum this morning with a maximum of 20 and rather humid conditions as well. Mbombela 10, 23, Pretoria op 6 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 18. Johannesburg ook lekker vochtig vandag, 4 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 16. Mahikeng 721, Klerksdorp 821. Kimberley begin op 9, dit styg na 22 grade. Bloemfontein 'n koel 3 en 'n warmer 20. Richards Bay 1525, Pietermaritzburg 824, Durban 1524, Mthatha starting off on 9 degrees with a maximum of a warm 26. East London 1327, Cradock 324, Port Elizabeth 1228, George 10 degrees minimum this morning and a maximum of 22. Sutherland nice and cool this morning, 3 degrees minimum and staying cool with a maximum of 16. Cape Town 915, Worcester 619, Springbok 4 this morning and a maximum of 17, and Uppington minimum of 4, reaching a nice and warm maximum of 28 degrees. And that's a wrap of your weather for the 6:30 bulletin. We'll keep you updated with the weather throughout the course of your Monday. I'm back just after 7 with another look.
Well, let's get your week started by taking a first look at your traffic for this morning. Starting off in Gauteng, or at least in Cape Town and Bellville, traffic is slow moving. That's on the N1 inbound between the R300 interchange and Durban Road exit. And in Khayelitsha this morning, on the N2 inbound, traffic is queuing from the R300 highway and the Borchards Quarry Road exit. So there are also some roadworks along the route, so you can expect further delays this morning. That's where we leave your traffic for now on our Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, no. No gum. No gum, please. Take the gum out.
Well, this morning we're heading to social media, and you see there's a lot of fun happening in this picture. We've got Tigger, we've got Tweety, we've got SpongeBob, we've got Garfield. Why? Because today is Garfield the Cat Day. Who comes up with these things? But we're not complaining. Let's see what you said in terms of who is your favorite cartoon character and why. Michael Landsman says, Droopy the dog. Don't we all look like him on a Monday morning? Yeah, kinda. Lungelo says, I have to say it's Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story paired up with the other characters. They made a beautiful story of friendship and love and overcoming the impossible. I like that one. God says, good morning, peeps. My favorite character is Garfield because my name is Garth LeFleur. Very nice. Sinead says, good morning, fam. We just love the crazy Tigger, SpongeBob, and Tweety. So cute. Have a great day. Khomolema says, good morning. I like Ben 10 because it's so interesting, meaning I like when he transforms. And then Machotso says, my favorite is Tweety. Tweets is super adorable. Good morning, guys. I love you. From Graham. Congrats, Graham. Oh, sorry, not from. Congrats. Thank you so much. And then our director just said that Tigger is Graham's spirit animal. So I think that's true. So much energy, but keep it coming. We want to know from you, who is your favorite cartoon character and why?
I love that, man.
Which Graham are you talking about, though? Okay.
It
Graham
can only be you, dude.
Yeah.
It can only be you.
I'll take that, man. I absolutely love that. But thanks for your messages.
If anything, there should be a Tom and Jerry International kind of day, man.
Yeah. Or Speedo Gonzalez.
Anyways, listen, we're going to continue with some fun on your Monday morning, especially fun with some of our favorite celebs, putting them through cricket terminology test. It's going to be quite funny coming off the back of the ICC Champions Trophy. And, man, some of these terminology and terms to have their heads scratching.
I knew none of them, so it's a pretty tough one. And then, you speak about the ICC Champions Trophy. Pakistan were dominant yesterday. Such deserved winners. We're going to get into all of your weekend sporting results after the break. We'll see you now.
Struggle with commitment? Before trying anywhere else, book on Travel Start. We will turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstart.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and thank you for tuning in, spending your Monday morning with us. Well, what we're going to do right now is find out what our local our local stars got up to over the weekend. We have so many local international stars. So it's confusing.
You can actually say that. You can say local international stars.
Sorry.
Well, we all celebrated our dads this weekend, and so too did our local celebs who took to social media to show their love. Now, Nandi Madida shared not one but two photographs, a throwback of her dad and another for her baby daddy, Zakes Bantwini. Now, while child star Vusiwe Nkobo shared a cute photo showing her dad getting a sandwich of love.
Aww.
And then I think the one that just blew us all away, Casper Nyove stole all of our hearts with his music video, Superman, which showed himself with his dad, Questa and Ricky Rick, all in a way that we don't often get to see them. And I think that is absolutely amazing.
That is cool,
Hey,
man.
how
Really
cute is
cool.
that?
I love that.
Ricky Rick also did a stunning post where he was holding his baby just after he had been born and just talked about how fatherhood had changed his life. Really, really amazing. Now, the good news just keeps on coming today as Expresso has welcomed yet another member into the family. Bailey Schneider, whose stylish pregnancy was reported a few weeks ago, has finally given birth. Taking to Instagram, the media personality shared an adorable photo of her with hubby and baby named George Charles after his two grandfathers. And of course, we are so super happy for the family as well.
And they are such a beautiful little family.
Yes, babies, babies, babies. We love babies.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I love it. Some positive news on this Monday morning. Love it. So stick around for your international entertainment news a little bit later on. Right now, let's get a quick roundup of your sporting action that took place over the weekend.
Oh, and there was an abundance. Just a quick congratulations to Bales and DJ. Sox are going to be fantastic parents, guys. So we've been speaking a lot about the ICC Champions Trophy, and while the Proteas made a relatively early exit, I think for the neutral and certainly for the Pakistani fans, yesterday we were treated to a masterclass in bowling. In fact, all departments. But one of the best parts about watching cricket, and any fan will tell you, is the terminology that comes out, often leaving you scratching your head. So we thought we'd put some of our local celebs to the test to see how much of their cricketing knowledge they could put into practice.
Okay, that I don't know.
Golden duck.
It sounds very suspicious.
It's when you grab a ball before it falls into the ground.
I don't know what that is.
A maiden.
No, I don't know what a maiden is either.
Maybe it is when the ball crosses over to the audience.
Gardening on the pitch.
Yo, gardening.
Gardening's tough, man. I don't know why you want to do it on the pitch, but anyway. Okay, cool.
I don't know.
A Jaffa? I have no idea.
Obstruction.
I thought you were going to do leg before wicket. That's about the only thing that I know.
Maybe it is when you lose a bat, you know, from the hand. It falls down.
Okay, that sounds like when they do with the hands, when they're tapping and stuff. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I told you guys I'm bad with this, eh?
Well done, guys. There were some corkers in there, to throw in another term. So, once again, we were treated to an action-packed weekend of sport on all fronts. And I think fans right across the board got a scintillating opportunity to see all sporting codes at their finest, literally from motorsport to cricket to rugby. Ashfak Mohamed, I don't know how you were able to actually sleep. I don't think you did sleep this weekend.
I didn't.
But let's focus on, I think, we were a little bit nervous. We knew that there were a lot of stars coming into that second test. This is France against the Springboks. 37-15 following our 37-14 win the previous week. There were a couple of moments of nerves there where it looked like France, with their new stars, with Trunduk Seren coming back into the fold, they might have grabbed the ascendancy. Not so. Our leaders leading from the front, Warren Whiteley is just absolutely amazing. And Siya Kolisi,
Kolisi, man. Graham. You know, they were really under pressure. France were camping on the line for like 15 minutes, took it through 27 phases, then 15, then 20, and the box just kept them up, you know. And that so totally sunk the French. They sort of gave up after that. And with the box having this new attitude and new vibe, you know, the smiles back on the faces of not only the players, but now also the fans with a 2-0 series win. Just the way they're approaching the game, you know, they're playing with freedom, making use of the ball. It's not this negative kind of play not to lose. It's a play to win, and by how much are we going to win?
And, you know, normally we focus on the physicality and fronting up like there. I mean, just some of the tries. Siya Kolisi scoring one of his own.
Look at that.
I mean, look at that pickup. Go, boy. Go, boy. Oh, man, I actually had a chat to him
the day after his birthday as well. Friday, Youth Day, you know.
Father's Day
magical weekend.
Absolutely amazing. Franco Mostert was also brilliant, the amount of tackles. And then you can handle giving away the odd penalty when they are playing on the line, when they really are pushing those boundaries. But truly phenomenal performance. So they've got the series now.
Elton Yankees goal kicking also, we must mention that.
Yeah, and a try to Elton as well, his first, unbelievably, in a box jersey. So that was absolutely amazing. Likewise, our ICC Champions Trophy. You had spoken about the power of Pakistan's bowling attack. Amir and Ali were phenomenal. A throwback to the Wazim, to the Waka days.
I can still hear the people shouting Pakistan Zindabad at the Oval, you know, just chanting it. And, you know, the way they were bowling, but of course set up by the batsman. Fakhar Zaman's 114, brilliant knock. He's had a few 50s, and this time he converted that setup, the 330 odd that they got. And look at that ball, Mohamed Amir. Wasim Akram himself tweeted saying it was reminded him of himself. The way he used to swing the ball.
Two across, swing it back in.
And he got Cowley out twice in 2 balls. The first time it was dropped, and then he got him the next ball as well.
Truly phenomenal. The team psychology, I think Mickey Arthur, obviously a major force there.
Yeah, Mickey Arthur, you know, he mentioned afterwards, he was in 5 semi-finals with the Proteas, didn't quite get there. And this time, you know, shots fired, but, you know, the man's done it with Pakistan. Always been talented, and now they've got a bit of discipline and a bit of, you know, fight in the field as well. You know, saving those runs, diving away, and there they've got the trophy.
A truly awe-inspiring display. Certainly looking at how deep the Indian batting lineup was, but I think they were sucker punched right in the beginning. Now, I have to ask, I know overnight the US Open played out. Who's our winner?
Brooks Koepka. You know, in South Africa we call him Koepka, but he didn't coop a car. You know, but 27-year-old, first major win for him. So brilliant there. Louis Oosthuizen was initially in the mix, but he fell away at the end. But leading South African at least.
Oh man, and it looks like a brave new era of young American golfers coming through, and what a time to shine in the US Open. We could have gone on for years with this one. Ashfak, thank you so much, my brother. Absolutely scintillating weekend of sport. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we did. You can let us know which teams are you supporting, as always, on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page.
Oh, well, we know what going to the movies is a fun and exciting experience, but how would you like to go to one of the world's most exciting cities to do that? Well, that is now possible thanks to the Expresso New Metro Movie Club.
Win a jet-setting movie experience with New Metro and Expresso. One lucky person and their partner will enjoy flights to New York and accommodation in Manhattan to attend a fan screening of the action-packed new film War for the Planet of the Apes, attended by 3 of the main cast members. To enter, SMS the keyword New York and your name to 40675 by the 22nd of June. Winners must have a valid South African passport, and all the T's and C's can be found at expressoshow.com.
Still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we take a look at what's trending after the break, and some siblings are creating some beautiful memories. You want to stay tuned for that. And then, of course, our musical guest this morning is the incomparable Amy Jones, and she's going to take your Monday to a whole new level. All that and more coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
At Samsung, we develop technology so you can live life. Samsung, a way of life.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso on a Monday, and it's time to beat back those Monday blues as we check out the funny, interesting, and rather random things that have been trending online. I think we need a bit of a laugh this morning. What you got for
We
us?
do, and this is one of a mistaken identity. So what happened was a little girl spotted a bride taking photos, and she believed this bride was a princess from one of the fairy tales. She was reading. She was so excited to take a photo with the bride. The bride was just as excited to take photos with her, and I believe they both lived happily ever after.
Look at that.
That is
Look
just
at
the
that.
sweetest
These photos are
thing.
priceless. Look at that little girl's expression.
I love that.
If I was this bride, I'd put them in my wedding album. That's just the sweetest thing ever, man.
Real life princess.
Listen, here's another cool story. I mean, we must be honest, there's no other way to commemorate a late Batman by shining that iconic Batman symbol brightly on the side of a building, and that's exactly what went down in downtown Los Angeles as fans gathered to pay tribute to the late actor Adam West by
The
doing that.
original Batman.
The original Batman.
I think because I'm such a Big Bang Theory fan,
Look at
I
that.
learned all about who he was and his incredible heritage. But he was the original Batman, and that was before there was CGI.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Okay, where the
the
muscles
real
had to
deal.
be painted onto the suit.
So how much did that just pain you to tell that story?
No, you know what? I actually have to come around to liking
Superman
Batman.
can be the bigger
Yeah,
man. He
because
can
Because of
be
your little
big.
boys.
Exactly.
My youngest Dominic's first superhero word is Batman.
Oh,
But
no.
you know that they're actually friends, so that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Now, guys, we all know that siblings are the best most of the time, and what better way to just have fun with your sibling than to recreate old baby photos? And it just shows how crazy you were as kids. So what people are doing is they're taking the photo and then they're recreating it as adults, and it's got some hilarious outcomes. Really cool. I mean, so much fun.
This is a
man.
problem. My sister used to dress me up in all sorts of ridiculous outfits, so I don't know if I'm going to be doing this.
Please do it.
I think you should.
Imagine me as Mary in the Nativity.
Just one.
It tells an incredible story there. Oh, that was lovely, guys. Thank you so much. You can let us know, as always, which hashtag, video, or story has caught your attention online this morning. Share your thoughts with us, as always, on our Facebook page, Twitter, and, of course, use that Expresso Show hashtag. Now, as we kick off a brand new week, we do so with some inspirational performing this morning. We've seen this performer on our show before, and she's blown us away with her unbelievable talent, and I think the level of authenticity and emotion in her voice. Now, Amy, she is back on our show this morning, and she's about to blow us away yet again with the performance of Love Is In You.
I never thought I could fly. I never knew I could be. Hope is in your arms, waiting for my heart to beat. You got me singing in the rain. Ooh, come and take away my pain. There is a love that we're all waiting for. There is a love that we've been fighting for. Love is in you. Love is in you. Love is in you. And that is enough. Do do do. Do 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 da dee day. Do do do. Do 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 da dee day. Do do do. Do 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 da dee day. Da dee day. Da dee day. You've given me so much of everything I should trust. That all that you have been is all that I will ever need. Oh yeah, you got me singing in the rain. Ooh, come and take away my It's written in the stars, and there is a love that we're all waiting for. There is a love that we've been fighting for. Love is in you. Love is in you. Love is in you. And that is enough to do.
My word. You know, when you brought your own manager to tears, okay, he's probably heard the song about 1 million times. You are sounding phenomenal. It's mind-blowing to me, and I'll have to say that you could be the soundtrack to the relationship that I have with my child, because the first time you came to perform Sunrise, I just found out that I was having a boy. And now after Father's Day, I mean, you are writing about the world that we all want to live in. What was the inspiration for this song?
Basically, I wrote the song when I was going through a season of looking for love, you know, and then I realized that love is in us, you know, love is in me, and love is in you, so we are called to love each other, so that's basically the basis of the song.
I love it, how you're able to get that across. Your lyrics are just powerful and simple, but the performance is amazing, and that seems to be where you're really fine-tuning your craft at the moment. Are you going to get into studio and give us a full-length album? Where do you stand in that journey?
I'm trusting and hoping for an album next year, but definitely this song is a song that just carries people as well, so this might be the next one, who knows?
I have a feeling it will, but please let us know on our social media platforms what you thought of that breathtaking performance this morning. Amy Jones with us all morning, so stick around. Big thank you to Golden Circle for providing our technical equipment. Right now, let's get back into our news headlines.
In the national news this morning, the South African Federation of Trade Unions, known as SAFTU, has welcomed the Competition Commission's investigation into price-fixing allegations against pharmaceutical companies. The investigation follows concerns raised by cancer organizations that medicines are overpriced. The Federation says as a result of exorbitant prices, most cancer patients in both the private and public sectors have died because they cannot afford treatment. The Home Affairs Department has agreed to withdraw disciplinary action taken against staff who rejected the department's decision to force them to work on Saturdays without paying them overtime. The department's Nkidi Mogoboko announced that it would review its disciplinary plans for staff, which resulted in unions subsequently calling off the nationwide strike that was planned for today. The department and trade unions have just under 6 days to come to an agreement concerning their Saturday shifts for staff. Now moving further abroad, Portugal has declared 3 days of mourning for the 62 victims of one of the country's deadliest forest fires. The Portuguese government said many of the victims died in their vehicles as flames, with temperatures passing 40 degrees Celsius, swept over a road between two towns in Pedro Grande. Officials say a lightning strike is believed to have sparked the blaze, where the government says has caused an irreparable loss of human life. And then finally, Mayor of London Sadiq Khan has said that the Grenfell Tower fire was a preventable accident caused by years of neglect by the local council and successive governments. Speaking after attending a local church service in memory of the victims, he said the fire was a national disaster that requires a national response. Councils across London are now involved in the relief operation, with humanitarian assistance being provided by the West London Borough of Ealing. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Let's get our very first look at what's happening in the world of sport. Here's Graham.
A bumper weekend of sport on the national front. Let's kick it off here in South Africa with rugby first, where the Springboks beat France by 37 points to 15 in Durban this weekend to take an unassailable 2-0 lead in their 3-match series. South Africa outscoring their opponents by 4 tries to 2, while Siya Kolisi was in imperious form, walking away with the Man of the Match award in front of a packed house at the Kings Park Stadium. And the third and final match between South Africa and France takes place this coming Saturday in what undoubtedly will be a sold-out Johannesburg. In Pakistan, Pakistan lifted the ICC Champions Trophy Cup yesterday for the first time after beating India by 180 runs at the Oval in London. Batting first, Pakistan posted an impressive score of 338 for just 4 in their allotted 50. In reply, India could only make it to 158 before being bowled out with 20 overs remaining. Amir and Ali, the destroyers in chief. So the result sees Pakistan earn their third piece of silverware, adding to their 2009 T20 World Cup title and, of course, their 1992 World Cup win. Then bringing it back home for football, Baraka FC kept their place in the Premier Soccer League for another season. That was after they finished top of the table in the PSL promotion playoffs this weekend. Baraka played out to a 1-1 draw with Black Leopards on Saturday to finish on top with 8 points, 3 clear of second-placed Leopards. Over in the international soccer field, and of course the Confederations Cup kicked off this weekend and it saw victories for Russia and Chile, while Portugal, they played out to a 2-2 draw with a very strong Mexico. And finally, in the world of golf, there is a name to remember. American Brooks Koepka was crowned this year's US Open champion. That was early this morning after finishing the tournament on 16 under par at the Erin Hills golf course, earning a first major title in his career. Koepka hit 6 birdies on the final round to end the 4-day tournament, 4 shots ahead of the nearest competitor. The highest placed South African in the mix was Louis Oosthuizen, who finished tied for 23rd at a very credible 3 under. That's a wrap of your sport for now.
Well, let's take another look at your traffic, starting off in Gauteng in 4 ways. There's been an accident on the N1 northbound. It's before William Nicol Drive exit, but you can expect heavy delays from Strydom Park. If you're in Fairland, there's been another accident on the N1 northbound. That's before Burton Deer Drive exit, with traffic queuing from Maritzburg. If you are using this route, please allow for some extra travel time this morning. And lastly, in Ottery, traffic is slow moving. That's on the M5 northbound between Ottery Road and the Klipfontein Road exit. That's where we leave your traffic for now.
Well, let's quickly take a look at your weather and what you can expect on your Monday morning. And it looks like most parts of the country can expect a rather chilly start this morning, with much needed rainfall expected for the mother city from about midday onwards, reaching a maximum of 15 degrees. However, along the east coast between Richards Bay and Durban, nice and sunny and warm conditions can be expected. Your temperatures, Polokwane begin op 5 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 20 met vochtige toestande. Mbombela 10-23, Pretoria 6-18, Johannesburg 4 en 'n maximum van 16, Mahikeng 7-21, Klerksdorp 8 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 21 grade, Kimberley 9-22, Bloemfontein 'n koue 3 grade minimum, maar dit styg na 'n warmer 20, Richards Bay 15-25, Pietermaritzburg 8-24, Durban on a 15 this morning and a mild 24, Tata 9-26, East London 13-27, Cradock 3 this morning, warming up to 24 degrees, Port Elizabeth 12-28, George 10-22, Sutherland 3 degrees this morning and a maximum of a cool 16, Cape Town 9-15, Worcester 6-19, Springbok 4 this morning and a maximum of 17, and Uppington starting off on 4 degrees minimum and a maximum of 28 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather for the 7 o'clock bulletin. I'll bring you a final update in an hour's time, just after 8.
Book on Travel Start. We will turn your guilt trips into good trips.
It's time for us to play our first game of the week. Have you been following the news lately? Are you on top of your game when it comes to all things celebrity news, the world of music, television, and movies? Now, what we've done is we've blurred out the face of a well-known person, and we'll be giving you some clues as to who our mystery person is. So we need you to switch on that grey matter this morning and let the guessing games begin.
We can't give too many clues because it's going to be a dead giveaway. She's a radio and TV personality and a style icon. She's a brand ambassador for an international cosmetics brand and the only woman outside of the US to represent this brand. She's won a SAFTA for Best TV Presenter, and she recently released her first book.
So difficult, like I'm stumped. I'm just kidding. Of course, if you stand a little bit away from the screen, you might even be able to make out who it is. So why don't you head on over to our social media platforms, let us know who this morning's mystery person is, and remember to use the hashtag Expresso Show on Twitter.
Now, of course, yesterday was a very, very special day all around the world. It was Father's Day, and needless to say, it was trending on social media as well with hashtag Father's Day. So let's quickly take a look at what went down. I love this one from Roxa Diaz, says, hashtag Father's Day. As Father's Day comes to an end 2017, I have to say, Pop had a good Father's Day, because as I back out of my car, I saw a grin. I love that. And then Kinsey says, thank you for a great dad and a husband who loves being attacked by 3 ninjas daily. Hashtag Father's Day. And Esther Wilson, I love this one as well. The Bible verse from YouVersion made me think of my dad. It says, the godly walk with integrity. So definitely a lot went down on social media with regards to Father's Day. And once again, for all of the dads out there, I do hope that you were spoiled yesterday, and a very, very happy Father's Day.
So Father's Day is done and dusted. We can turn our attention back to our social media platforms, and we've been getting, obviously, in the wake of Youth Day, we got some education in how to approach and be cool on social media. Now we're going to give you an opportunity to take the perfect pet picture. So we'll see you for that after the break.
I'm a dreamer, a doer. I know the hustle. I just need my money to hustle for me.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Monday morning. Time to take a short left on social media. This is not serious at all, but might be for you if you are a pet lover or someone who loves putting your pets out on social media. Taking a decent photo of your pets seems a lot easier these days with our modern day smartphones. But if you want to graduate to the next level, you have to use the Flexi Paw, a gadget that allows you to grab your pet's full attention for that perfect photo. We know how difficult that can be. And he here to talk more about this is our tech head and comedian, Tsitsi Chiumya. Are you wearing your comedian's hat tonight? Or today? Or are you wearing your tech head hat? Because this is something... I think, I don't want to be kind of overly serious about it, but I mean, there are a lot of people posting a lot of pictures about their pets, man. So what is FlexiPaw all about?
So basically, it's a phone attachment that you attach to your smartphone or tablet, and basically it grabs your pet's attention while you take photos. And you don't need to like yell at the pet or like hold it in that awkward headlock, and we don't know whether to like or like report. So
do you have a dog, man? Come on, it seems to me that you don't have a pet. Okay, he looks a little bit nervous about it. He's like, oh my God, the bone. Okay, so clips on how exactly does the device or the
so basically
work?
Oh, sorry. So basically you attach the FlexiPaw to your phone, and then you adjust it, and then you put a treat onto the phone, and then the dog or the pet will like look for it, and then you can take pictures from them.
Again, all you're going to get though is these like absolutely mesmerized dogs. They're all just sitting there like, oh my word, it's so beautiful. But I can see what would have inspired this when you look at the kind of mounts that we see a lot of camera phones using, or cameras for that matter.
Yeah.
What phones does it fit? What treats are ideal for the FlexiPaw?
So basically, a lot of the phones that are in the market today fit with the FlexiPaw, but obviously something that's within, like, it's not too thick with the phone. The phones need to be not too thick, and the treats must be like bite size, you know, the biscuit size treats. And
so you can't be using like a 1.5 kilogram steak.
No.
And if you've got a dog that size, I would just say, just be careful that the phone doesn't get swallowed along with the treat afterwards. That is really, really, really cool, man. And hopefully you guys at home are going to use this, be inspired to post some pictures. We'd love to see some pictures of your pets. Get creative this morning. Tsitsi, thank you so much, man, showing us the lighter side of social media as our resident tech head.
Well, we're now turning our attention to a new gadget that is taking South Africa by storm. Now, you might have seen your kids play with, your kids' friends, your own friends, or even you. I'm talking about the fidget spinner, and I still want to know, what is the fuss all about? Well, Carl Wasey went to Joburg to Roosevelt High School to find it out.
Welcome to Expresso Amped. My name is Carl Wasey, and today we are chatting about the latest craze. They are everywhere. They are called fidget spinners. Okay. I'd just like to know, do you think fidget spinners are helpful? And if so, how? Because nope, I didn't say it. Fidget spinners are, see, that's it. I'm just letting you know. So yeah, please answer the question.
If you don't want to work, basically, for some children, it takes your focus off the teacher. Maybe if it's a boring lesson.
I think it's craze because people like the colors, like how fast they spin around, and they're quite portable. It's a hand toy, so can carry it wherever you want.
It like takes your mind off things. It kind of distracts you from negative things like our surroundings, etc. And also, it's just a really cool toy to play with when you're bored.
Well, fidget spinners, most people use them when they're like bored and like have nothing to do, so it just keeps them busy.
The main purpose of fidget spinner is not to make you smile, but like just to keep you busy, you know.
It provides a distraction for everybody.
Time to spin your first track on Expresso Amped. This is Opposite the Other, and My Body Moves.
My body moves and you walk away. Try my best, but you're hard to find. And all I have to do is give it all away. Where to go when I'm losing time?
Fidget spinners. Are they causing problems in your life? And if so, how? For instance, hello, sir. No response here. There's a fire. Look, Eva. Nothing. And how about over here? The lovely lady. Can she actually respond to a threat? Man, there's a shark. Nothing. Think before you spin.
Okay, I think it's not helpful because it is like designed for specific people with ADHD, and they supposed to use it because they like fidgeting with stuff. Now people that don't have ADHD, it's not necessary for them to have it.
It helps with focus.
I think that this should be prescribed rather, not just for any use, because it could become distracting, especially in classes.
It helps me with concentration. It helps me with focusing more.
And now, 6 different fidget spinners in 10 seconds. What? Let's just spin onto another video here in Expresso Amped. The Graham Watkins Project and You Come Running. Where did you get this? A lot of concentration needed over here. But here's my question to you. Where do you think is the worst place to spin? Option 1, hot air balloon.
Watch out!
Hoot! Because of the birds.
Definitely think it would be a date. Like just rocking up in a date and then taking out your fidget spinner, start spinning. I totally think that's weird.
While walking in public, because it's easy to trip and fall or maybe hit a tree or something.
In an exam venue, like for example now it's June, we're writing exams. I think if we're writing a 3-hour paper and start spinning a fidget spinner, we'd think we have more time, but actually the time is going as we're spinning.
When you're studying, because obviously when you're playing with fidget spinner, you tend to get off track and like you'll lose concentration.
And that's it for Expresso App for this week. My name is Carl Wasty. I leave you with this video, Easy Freak, featuring Raheem Kemet and Moves on You. Mr. Cameraman, can you focus on me? Can you focus on me? Okay, it's fine. Never mind. Spin away.
'Cause I know you're gonna be there, and I know you're hoping I'm there too. So girl, you best believe it. Tonight I'm making moves on you.
We won't try without you. We gon' get lit or not.
'Cause I know you're looking at me too.
Don't stop, I'm on you. Ready or not.
'Cause tonight I'm making moves on you.
What a way to get you amped for the week ahead. Well, in terms of Graham, it is the last stretch of Graham's NutriBullet 4-week challenge and his final workout. Pilates with an old friend of the Expresso team. Check this out.
NutriBullet has challenged me to step up my workouts, and what a learning experience it's been thus far. From building stamina with long-distance running to functional movements with CrossFit, what could I do next to take my fitness to the next level?
Oh, that feels good. I have to say, after all my strenuous workouts, the idea of Pilates feels really welcome. I mean, really, how tough can a bit of stretching be? I'm here at Mint Pilates Wellness Studio in Cape Town to meet up with instructor and owner Bianca Oppel. Shouldn't be that tough, right?
As a former dancer, Bianca Oppel discovered Pilates to ease the pain of hip dysplasia in her teens. She founded her studio in 2009 and trains clients across all ages and fitness levels.
Bianca, I am a complete new initiate to Reform Pilates. What is the Reformer Pilates machine all about?
So our Reformer Pilates is Pilates using the Reformer machine, and basically we use spring tension and a moving carriage to both challenge and facilitate your movement, and it's where Pilates originated.
So I'm guessing that there is a lot of overlap, or maybe there isn't. What is the difference, the key difference between Pilates and Reformer Pilates?
Well, I think the mat Pilates can be a little less challenging. The Reformer Pilates is definitely more challenging because you've got the added spring tension. So it just basically enables you to work with resistance. So it is different.
And here I thought I was in for a laid-back, relaxed session. The more I look at it, the more the Reformer is looking like a torture device. Let's rise to the challenge.
The Reformer machine accommodates full range motion, which is ideal for increasing flexibility while also building strength. It's great for achieving long yet strong muscles, for which Pilates is known.
What really gets worked out? What parts of the body benefit the most?
So our main focus is the spine. We try to really encourage the neutral curves of the spine, and so therefore I think we just teach around that the whole time. So yeah, I think we're just focusing mainly on the spine and getting that really functional and really mobile, and from there everything else follows through.
So much of what you're saying here says that this will be brilliant for a young, growing body, brilliant for a body that's starting to age. Is there an age limit, an age restriction on, in particular, Reformer Pilates?
The machine is made, I think, for an average-sized adult. So the Reformer is, I think, for anyone that's, you know, young teens up to 92, if you'd like. And using the Reformer, we can really help them to build up their strength and help to achieve just functionality.
And gents, this means Pilates is for you too. If you're looking to build core strength and also challenge your body in a different way, Pilates is definitely worth a try. Using as much energy as you do in your own workouts and as a teacher and instructor, what do you put into your post-workout NutriBlast, or what's your favorite blast?
So in my smoothie, which I like to call a green supreme blast, I pop in some bananas, some spinach. I also put my vitamins in there, so I just jam it all in there, all the nutrients, some coconut milk. If I'm looking for something sweet, I'll do peanut butter, otherwise a nut butter if I want to up my protein, so a macadamia-based butter, nut butter, or a almond butter. And then it just helps to make it nice and creamy and just get me started on the right track.
Thank you, NutriBullet. I've loved every second of my 4 challenges. The last 4 weeks have pushed me. I've learned so many new things, but in essence, I've reconnected with my body and got my training back on track. So now I challenge you to go and make your workouts more interesting, more challenging, and a lot more fun. And if you'd like to step up with me one last time and win yourself a NutriBullet RX, make sure you head over to the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page and check out our last competition. Now, I wonder what challenge is next.
Well, definitely looked like a great workout, but following from that Pilates workout, Yolande van Riet is back in studio one last time to whip up another amazing NutriBlast this morning that's perfect for the ladies and the gents after a strenuous Pilates workout. Lekker, Yolande, hoe gaan het?
Goed en jy?
I can't complain, thank you very much. Of course, we know that a post-workout smoothie is very important, you know, just to fuel the body after, you know, taking some strain within that exercise session. And you've got the perfect recipe.
I do.
All right. So I see some pears and some avos and some kale, all the healthy stuff.
Yes, last week Graham said the peanut butter one was his favourite.
Yeah.
This week, maybe my team, the Measure Pleasure team's favourite, because the ingredients are quite strange. It's not your typical blast kind of ingredients.
Okay.
So what we have today, what I love about kale, first of all, I'm going to use my hands.
Go for it.
Kale is like the friendly cousin of spinach because it's got your amazing calcium and vitamins and minerals. But it's less bitter.
Okay.
So it works very well with your blast.
All right.
Then we have pear, amazing antioxidants, vitamin C.
And some natural sweetness in there as well.
Natural sweet, and then lots of fiber. So we can fill it up because we want the blast to be sweet.
All right.
And then my favorite ingredient would be the avo, because it brings lots of good monounsaturated fats, but it will also give this blast a nice smoothie.
Creamy texture.
Creamy texture, yes.
Okay.
And then the magic ingredient, always oats, because oats has got lovely soluble fibers, and it's also good for people who are diabetic to keep their glucose and their blood sugar controlled.
Okay. Look at that. This is going to be a very interesting smoothie indeed. I can't wait to see the final product.
Very. Let's chuck in all the nuts. It could be pecan nuts or any kind of nut that you prefer, but the pecan or the cashews or anything, just also for monounsaturated fats.
Okay.
Together with the avo. And then I think we have to add something sweet today.
A dash of honey.
Let's first add it can either be caramel essence or vanilla essence, just for that rich. And then definitely something sweet, because the natural ingredients here are not too sweet.
Yeah, so you just want a
shall
little
we add
bit of a kick
all
here.
of that, like honey or stevia?
Absolutely.
All of us have a bit
Don't
of a
be
sweet
shy.
tooth.
SMS the keyword drink to 33728 for this beautiful kale, avo and pear smoothie.
And then last, our milk.
Okay,
For
and
protein.
here you can use whatever kind of milk you choose.
Absolutely.
I would personally go
Plant
with something like an almond milk or a coconut milk.
Absolutely. Or soy or cow's milk. And I'm going to add quite a lot because our ingredients are quite...
That's it.
There we go.
Perfect. And I mean, this is great. I mean, muscle recovery is what you're after, you know, especially after. Let me screw that on for you there.
Let's do that. And we're going to blend it.
All right,
Are you ready?
Let's see.
Look at that. We'll give it a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Here we go. Oh, nice.
Look at that, eh? They say green is good. Green is good. All right, SMS the keyword drink to 33728. If you've missed any of the steps in terms of making our delicious smoothie, here they are one more time.
Very creamy.
All right. I love very creamy from the Avo, eh? Very creamy.
And sweet.
Get the honey in there as well. Very nice,
Refreshing.
eh? Very healthy. Cheers, eh? Let's take a look at those steps one more time.
Ingredients: half cup kale leaves, quarter ripe avocado, 1 small pear, quarter cup walnuts, 1 cup almond milk, and a quarter cup of oats. Place pear, oats, kale leaves, avocado, walnuts, almond milk, caramel essence into the jug of a NutriBullet, blend until smooth. Pour into a glass to serve. For the full recipe, visit the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword drink to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. Click on the link provided to view the recipe. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs, T's and C's apply.
And there you have it. That keyword one more time is drink. SMS that to 33728 for the perfect post-workout muscle recovering smoothie. Yolande, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Drink to 33728.
Oh, listen, we're going to take a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to spend some time in the kitchen cooking up amazing chocolate almond biscotti. You do not want to miss out on that.
And then talking about the kitchen, it is Mandela Monday, so we get to meet our Mandela Monday heroes this morning. They're called Ladies of Love, and they're doing amazing work with the soup kitchen this morning, so you don't want to miss out on that. All that and more coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll be right back. Kickstart your wellness journey with Expresso, as Biogen is giving away an exciting wellness hamper every week, filled with products that will help you to live a holistically healthy life. To win, SMS the word Biogen to 33728. Plus, every time you enter, you'll receive a free entry into the grand prize draw, where one viewer will stand a chance to win Dis-Chem shopping vouchers for a year worth 12,000 Rand. Be your best with Biogen.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I hope you have your coffee cups ready. Well, listen, it's now that time of the morning for us to focus on our Mandela Monday.
And what an inspirational opportunity this morning. A bowl of hot soup we know can go a long way in keeping the body nourished and warm this winter. Warms the whole body, in fact. And this week, our Mandela Monday hero is an individual who's made it his mission to share this privilege with the homeless of Cape Town.
I believe every South African should have access to food because it's a basic need of every human being. And without food, how do we survive? So I don't support giving money, but I definitely believe that food is a basic necessity and it's our way of expressing our love. And that's what food is about. It's life, it's love.
In 2014, Danny Diliberto founded the Ladles of Love Soup Kitchen. The restaurateur extends his passion for food into running 3 soup kitchens a week in the Cape Town CBD.
The homeless people are there, a lot of them are lost, a lot of them don't have the support, a lot of them have been sent away from their family. So we need to help them with a basic necessity. People tell me I'm enabling them. I don't believe that. I think we allow them to live their homeless life with a bit more dignity. They don't need to dig into the dustbin so much. Because they're not that hungry. They don't need to turn to aggressive behavior because they're not that hungry and they don't know how to get off the street. So I think we need to be there and show them our love and not judge them that they are out on the street.
I think that Danny is doing something great, man, because it's not normally that you will see people will give us food even though we sleep in the cold, man. And Danny's been doing this for many years now and I'm so grateful to him.
I really think that what Danny doing is great, man, and we really appreciate it.
He just want to feed the street people. So I think that is very good of him. God places a good heart in him to look after us, you know, and Danny must keep on doing that good job.
It's absolutely nice. I enjoy myself every time I eat the food, yeah. My favorite dish is spaghetti and macaroni.
Oh, the food is spectacular. My favorite dish is the soup.
We welcome all types of people, all homeless people. We're quite strict about that. We want homeless people, whether they are mentally challenged, whether they're not, they're just choosing to be on the street, we will serve them. And we don't judge them. We're there to serve them, to give them a fresh pot of soup. As long as you're homeless, we're going to feed you. So that's what Ladles of Love is about. It's about feeding the soul.
Danny and his volunteers also do a blanket and clothing drive in winter and serve a sit-down meal for the homeless every Christmas.
The message I am trying to spread is love and seva. Seva is a beautiful Sanskrit word, giving of yourself, wanting nothing in return. In life, we need to have purpose in life. Create purpose in your life. Give to those less fortunate because they are less fortunate. We have the ability to give, so let's give. And I think that's what life is about. There's some that have and there's some that don't have. And the ones that have need to give without judgment and just with love. So really, we are all human beings. We're all one. Let's spread the love. That's it.
It might just be a simple cup of soup, but a meal to the homeless creates a sense of community and easily helps transform society for the better.
Very inspirational indeed, but there's now time to jump into the Expresso kitchen for something truly delicious. Now, if you love a traditional South African rusk, then you will love this Italian version of them. That's called Biscotti, and just like rusks, but they are twice baked to dry them out and allow them to be kept for much, much longer than your regular biscuits. And here's a heartwarming and recipe that's going to make you absolutely feel amazing about yourself when you eat it, because it is just amazing, and you will definitely not be able to keep your hands out the cookie jar.
No, you won't. Not with these. I like that.
With these. Okay, cool. So Biscotti.
Biscotti, yeah.
It sounds so
exotic.
Exotic.
Yeah, so like you said,
fancy.
It is fancy. So it is, like you said, the Italian version of our rusk.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is a chocolate and oat biscotti.
Wow.
So make a whole lot. So triple the batch. And then keep them in your cookie jar because, like you said, people aren't going to be able to stay away. Okay, so it starts with the dry ingredients. Such a simple recipe to make, but like they last forever and ever because they're dried out.
Okay.
Okay, so sugar going in. Brown sugar. You could use white sugar. You could use any sugar for this actually. So we're using brown sugar just for a bit of texture and taste.
Okay.
Okay, that was just regular cake flour in there.
Let me help
Thank you so much. Cocoa powder because they wouldn't be chocolate without a bit of
cocoa in there. This is
Yeah.
some baking powder and some salt mixed together.
All right.
So all you do is you mix it together, dry ingredients, and because these are chocolate and oat, we're obviously going to use some jungle oat, right?
So there you
jungle
go.
Oats, rather.
Jungle oats.
Yeah. So add some oats to that,
That's
just
it.
like that.
Once again, just add that bit of low GI factor, whole grain vibes as well.
Absolutely, and texture too, which is always, you know, fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to add whole almonds for this because when you slice it, if you can use chopped, that's fine too. But when you slice the whole almonds, it sort of cuts through the almond and you get big chunks because it's all about texture. You know, when you're dipping it into your coffee, delicious.
Right.
Okay. So this is some eggs, wet ingredients, and a bit of vanilla. I'm just going to add some orange zest because chocolate and orange are a marriage made in heaven.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay,
I
then
actually
make
got some chocolate orange flavored chocolates this
for Father's Day.
I'm just
look
saying,
at you.
it is amazing.
Look at you. Okay, make a well in the center.
Okay.
Okay, and then we add the wet ingredients, and all you do is stir those in while I tidy up a little bit.
All
Okay,
right.
and then this is going to sort of look like a drier sort of scone dough. Yeah,
Okay.
and then all you do is you shape it into a log, and we're going to pop it onto the tray as soon as you've mixed it all together.
Yeah, this is requires some mixing,
It does require a little bit of elbow grease. You could do it in the machine, but
Yeah.
like I always say, I have Ewan, who is my machine.
She says while tapping my shoulder.
Okay, so basically you're just going to mix it together and it will come together into sort of like I said.
Eventually.
Yeah, a batter. Or
Okay.
a
I almost feel
dough.
like I want to get in there with my hands, eh?
You
It's going to
can,
be much
well,
quicker.
of course, you're welcome to. I saw Kian gets in there with his hands.
My boy on
Clearly
Friday.
somebody taught him well.
That's it. You've got to be careful, Zola. He's coming for you.
I see, yeah. My job's at risk.
Okay, well.
Okay, so then you just shape it into. So let me show you the bits that have come together. So
Okay.
you can see it's going to come together. So basically, you just shape it into a log, just like this, and then
Okay.
you're going to bake it. Okay, bake it for about 25 to 30 minutes until it's set. So it'll be sort of cake-like or
Okay.
scone-like once again.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can make two of these.
All right.
Okay, so you bake it. Then after it's baked for 20 minutes, you slice it with a serrated knife into these long bits.
Okay, so just like.
Then pop it back onto the tray, into the oven, leave the oven slightly ajar, just so that the air
Okay.
can flow, and then dry them out until they're really crispy.
Okay,
And
so
then they'll last 4 months.
they last 4 months. I
The
love it.
whole winter months.
SMS the keyword jungle to 33728 to get your hands on this beautiful biscotti recipe. That's jungle to 33728. But here's a quick look at those steps once again.
Sift together cake flour, cocoa powder, brown sugar, baking powder, and salt. Make a well in the center of the dry ingredients. Add eggs and mix. Add almonds and jungle oats and mix. Knead the dough together to form a soft dough. Divide into two and place into a baking tray. Bake for 30 minutes. Slice biscotti into slices and bake until dry and crisp. For the full recipe, visit the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to www.expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword jungle to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. Click on the link provided to view the recipe. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs. T's and C's apply.
And that's how you make delicious biscotti, just like that. Absolutely beautiful. SMS the keyword jungle to 33728. But here's a great little competition that Jungle is running. Now, they're running this photo competition around the country where you can stand a chance to win an amazing weekend away. So simply find the Jungle photo booth strategically placed in a beautiful location around the country. Take a photo and tag a Jungle Oats to stand a chance to win. It's as easy as that. Now, if you're in Roodepoort, head over to Walter Sisulu Botanical Gardens in KZN, Marion Hill. You can go to Giba George today and get photographing right away. Now, the booths will be moving around the country, so keep your eyes peeled. T's and C's do apply, and they can be found on the website jungleoats.co.za. Easy as that. But we got to leave you with a motivational quote. We always love our motivational quotes. And this morning's one is really, really simple, but it's profound as well. Okay, it reads like this. If you fell down yesterday, stand up today.
Love
that
it.
was said by H.G. Wells.
Brilliant.
Hey,
It's
if you
very
fell down
true.
yesterday,
Get
stand
up.
up today.
Get up
Well,
and
I'm
go.
glad to see we're all standing in the Expresso kitchen this morning. That's your biscotti. SMS the keyword jungle to 33728. A lot of love, Zola.
Aww.
Bam.
Jungle, the natural energy champion.
Well, Well, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We're going to tap in with what our international stars have been up to. Can we just say the Carter twins are here? I'm talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z's little ones.
The most famous babies in the world. Then we're going to talk about the importance of donating blood. The reality is with our reserves so low, you could save a life today. So we'll get into all of those details in a second.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso, and time for us to find out a little bit more about what we can about the Knowles. No, the Carter twins. I'm like just giving them Beyonce's surname.
Mr. Jay-Z Knowles. Well, the rumor mill has been crazy for the past week with the news of Beyonce possibly being in labor. Well, as always with the Beehive, the rumors are seeming to be true as multiple sources, including the baby grandpa Matthew Knowles, tweeting that the babies are here. And of course, we are very, very excited about this. The world's most anticipated twins. While an official report is yet to be released by the couple about the birth and genders of the Carter twins, this picture has people in a frenzy because it's addressed to B and J and has a pink and blue balloon suggesting that they've welcomed a boy and a girl into the world. Either way, older sister Blue must certainly be thrilled with the new additions. Jay-Z makes history, of course, being not only the dad to the most anticipated twins in the world, but also going into the songwriter Hall of Fame. Now, this is absolutely amazing. Not only is his family grown, but this is also wonderful too. Now, this achievement is no easy feat because Jay-Z has actually made history because he is the first rapper to ever be added to the list. And then taking to Twitter, Jay thanked over 90 people who inspired him, which included former US President Barack Obama, who he actually called the greatest rapper of all times. The new twins, and of course, making history in such an epic way. I think Jay-Z definitely had a very good weekend, hey?
Absolutely.
He had a great weekend.
Really good weekend, I would say.
Barack Obama also paid tribute to Jay-Z on a video interview, like a little video clip, just saying, you know, congratulations, and he's now beating him with more kids than him.
This is true. Very cool.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much, Leah. That's a roundup of your international entertainment news this morning. Right now, though, here's a little nice little chance for you to win a trip to New York.
Ooh.
Yep, hopefully by now you know all about our Expresso New Metro Movie Club, where not only we give you the opportunity to see some of the hottest releases at the box office on some of the biggest and best screens in the country, but every now and then we throw in a little competition or a big one like this one.
Win a jet-setting movie experience with New Metro and Expresso. One lucky person and their partner will enjoy flights to New York and accommodation in Manhattan to attend a fan screening of the action-packed new film War for the Planet of the Apes, attended by 3 of the main cast members. To enter, SMS the keyword New York and your name to 40675 by the 22nd of June. Winners must have a valid South African passport, and all the T's and C's can be found at expressoshow.com.
Exciting times indeed. While South Africa is celebrating Blood Donor Month this June, and here's something you might not know. It's estimated that 80% of all South Africans will receive a blood donation at least once in their lifetime.
So you can imagine donating blood can make all of the difference in saving another person's life.
Globeflight is a courier company that goes above and beyond just making sure packages make it from point A to B. The organization also has a great social conscience and loves to give back, as they do with their blood drives.
South Africa is in constant need of blood supply, especially to service our emergency rooms, delivery rooms, and very ill patients. But it's not just about giving blood, it's about saving a nation. And so blood drives like these are absolutely crucial to raise awareness, replenish our national stocks, and to encourage that giving blood is not something that should happen just once a year, but often. I'm so excited that I actually get a chance to give blood again. I haven't done it in a long time, but I know it's something that Globeflight does quite frequently. Why have you guys decided to be a part of the movement to get South African blood?
Every pint saves a life, and that's the whole trick behind it, is that the staff, all of them contribute, and they all feel part of the whole social development program that we've got going within Globeflight.
Your employees come out in numbers every time you have a drive. How does this form part of your team spirit, and how did your partnership with SANBS come about?
Every person that walks through the door does it on a voluntary basis, and that just shows the dedication and the commitment from the individual himself to actually be part of the program. From a business perspective, we are partners, suppliers to SANBS. We pick up blood on a daily basis right across the country. We bring it into the lab during the course of the night, and during the early hours of the morning, we actually take it back to each one of those hospitals that are in dire requirements for blood on a national basis. So it's a partnership with SANBS Blood that makes it all the worthwhile at the end of the day. Every pint we send saves a life.
Could be saving a life by donating blood, because people get into accidents and they require blood. I mean, in the country there's so much need for the blood, so I'm doing my part as a citizen of South Africa.
People say they're scared of needles and scared of that. It's like 5 seconds of your life. You have the option or the ability to basically change someone's life. So go for it, do it.
The South African National Blood Service has a long and rewarding relationship with Globeflight. Their in-house blood drives have become a regular event, and it takes staff just 30 minutes to help save many lives through a blood donation.
I understand one packet of blood can save 3 lives. How exactly does that work?
From that 1 unit of blood, we produce red blood cells, plasma, and platelets. Those are the 3 products we make from your single blood donation. Those are then given to patients with different needs, and that's why we say you can save up to 3 people with just 1 blood donation.
Globeflight has made giving blood a part of their tradition. How important is it that corporates come on board with your initiatives?
We actually are entirely dependent on big corporates to not only host blood drives, but also give us the internal support. And we see that with companies such as Globeflight, where they've got top-down support. Everyone in the company knows about the blood drive. Everyone knows it's happening. Without that sort of support, we'll never be able to achieve the targets that we set for ourselves every single day.
I lost a friend who also was in need of blood now and then every month. So sorry, she passed away, so this is the reason why I'm also doing this, to help other people out there.
I'll be 100% honest with you. When it comes to needles, I am the biggest baby. But when you think about the fact that one life can go on living for longer and families can enjoy more memorable experiences with their loved ones, giving blood is but a small action in exchange for the greater good. And 1 bag can save 3 lives. I think I'm ready to do my part. Hey guys. Whew.
Oh, man, we're going to take a very quick ad break. And again, just reinforce a big thank you to Tenji and everyone who is out there donating blood. That figure, 80% of us will need a blood donation at some point in our life. That is amazing. So what's coming up after the break? Well, we've got Amy Jones in the house. She's helped us find love inside of all of us. After the break, we're going to burn.
Yeah, man, she's definitely bringing all of the feels out on this Monday morning. And then something for the guys and maybe for the girls as well. Incredible four-wheel machines to take on the snow. We'll bring you the full story just after the break as the off-road rally season is about to kick off.
You used to know everything about me, but now you don't know a thing. People, they used to say I'm nothing without you, but now I see I'm better off that way. I'm over it, I'm over you. Right now I'm leaving and completely healing from this bruise. Ain't gonna put salt on it any longer, cause it's only gonna make it, only gonna make it burn. It's only gonna make it burn. It's only gonna make it burn. It's only gonna make it burn and burn. It's only gonna make it burn. It's only gonna make it burn. It's only gonna make it burn. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are live with Expresso on what has been a beautiful Monday morning so far. Thanks in part to Amy Jones, who is here with us all morning. She's about to perform a single that was released a little bit earlier this year. Here she is with Burn.
You used to know everything about me, but now you don't know a thing. People, they used to say I'm nothing without you, but now I see I'm better off that way. I'm over it, I'm over you. Right now I'm leaving and completely healing from this bruise. Ain't gonna put salt on it any longer, cause it's only gonna make it, only gonna make it burn. It's only gonna make it burn. It's only gonna make it burn. It's only gonna make it burn and burn. It's only gonna make it burn. It's only gonna make it burn. It's only gonna make it burn. I used to find my happy place when you're around me, but now I don't need you at all. Seasons will change, and my past will always be a window for you, but not for me. No, I'm over it. I'm over you. Right now I'm leaving and spruce. Ain't gonna put salt on it any longer, 'cause it's only gonna make it, only gonna make it burn. It's only gonna make it burn. It's only gonna make it burn. It's only gonna make it burn. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Just had to leave that little connection with the camera there for a little bit longer. I don't even want to know who you were singing to. I don't even want to know. That was amazing. Thank you so much. You are just so talented, girl. And I know we lay it on thick, but you absolutely deserve it. Please use the handle Amy Jones 04 and at Expresso Show. Let us know on our social media platforms what you thought of those two performances this morning. I am absolutely gobsmacked. Brilliant, man. You're a superstar. Superstar. Let's get into the news.
In die nasionale nes, die Suid-Afrikaanse Federasie van Vakbonde, SAFTU, het die mededingingskommissie se ondersoek na prysvasstellingsbeweringe deur farmaseutiese maatskappye verwelkom. Die ondersoek volg op besorgdheid wat deur kankerorganisasies uitgespreek is dat medikasie te duur is. SAFTU meen dat die meeste kankerpasiënte in die private en openbare sektore dood is omdat hulle nie die buitensporige pryse vir behandeling kan bekostig nie. Die Departement van Binnelandse Sake het ingestem om dissiplinêre optrede teen personeel wat sy besluit om hulle te dwing om sonder oortydbetaling op 'n Saterdag te werk verwerp het te herroep. Die departement se Nkidi Mogoboko het bekend gemaak dat die departement die beoogde dissiplinêre stappe in heroonskou sal neem wat tot gevolg gehad het dat vakbonde die landwyse staking wat vir vandag beplan is afgelas het. Die departement en vakbonde het net minder as 6 dae om 'n ooreenkoms te bereik oor skofte vir personeel op 'n Saterdag. Op die internasionale front, Portugal het 3 dae van rou afgekondig vir die 26 of liewer 62 slagoffers van een van die land se noodlottigste bosbrande. Die Portugese regering sê talle van die slagoffers het in hulle voertuie omgekom toe vlamme met 'n temperatuur van bo 40 grade Celsius oor die pad tussen 2 dorpe in Pedro Grande gesweep het. Amptenare meen die brand het deur weerlig ontstaan. Die regering sê dit het onherstelbare verlies aan menselewens veroorsaak. En dan ten slotte die burgemeester van Londen se dekaan sê die Grenfell woonstelbrand was 'n ongeluk wat vermy kon gewees het en is deur jare se verwaarlosing deur die plaaslike raad en verskeie opeenvolgende regerings veroorsaak. Meneer Khan wat gepraat het nadat hy 'n plaaslike kerkdiens ter ere van die slagoffers bygewoon het, het gesê die brand was 'n nasionale ramp wat 'n nasionale reaksie benodig. Rade reg oor Londen is tans by hulpverleningsoptrede betrokke en humanitêre bystand word deur die munisipaliteit van Ealing in die weste van Londen voorsien. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Here's a final look at what's happening in the world of sport.
In the wake of another bumper weekend of sport, we focus on rugby first, and the Springboks beating France by 37 points to 15 in Durban this weekend to take an unassailable 2-0 lead in their 3-match series. South Africa outscoring their opponents by 4 tries to 2, while Siya Kolisi, in unbelievable form at the moment, walked away with the Man of the Match award in front of a packed house at the Kings Park Stadium. So that third and final match between South Africa and France takes place this Saturday in Johannesburg. Then in cricket, Pakistan lifted the ICC Champions Trophy Cup yesterday for the first time after beating India by a massive 180 runs at the Oval in London. Batting first, Pakistan posted an impressive score of 338 for just 4 in their allotted 50. In reply, India could only make it to 158 before being bowled out with 20 overs remaining. An absolutely stunning performance for Amir and Ali with the ball in hand. So the result sees Pakistan earn their third piece of silverware, adding to their 2009 T20 World Cup title and, of course, their 1992 World Cup win. Then in football locally, Baraka FC kept their place in the Premier Soccer League for another season. That was after they finished top of the table in the PSL promotion playoffs this weekend. Baraka played out to a 1-1 draw with Black Leopards on Saturday to finish on top with 8 points. That's 3 clear off second place Leopards. And over in the international soccer, we had the Confederations Cup kicking off this weekend. It saw victories for Russia, the hosts, and Chile, while Portugal surprisingly played out to a 2-2 draw with Mexico. And finally, a name to remember in the world of golf. American Brooks Koepka was crowned this year's US Open champion. That was early this morning after finishing the tournament on 16 under par at the Erin Hills golf course. Earning a first major title in his career, Koepka hit 6 birdies on that final round to end the 4-day tournament, 4 shots ahead of his nearest competitor. The highest placed South African in the mix was Louis Oosthuizen, who finished tied 23rd on a very credible 3 under par. And that's a wrap of your sport for this Monday morning.
Well, let's take one final look at your roads on this Monday morning, starting off in Gauteng and Bedfordview. On the N12 R24 highway westbound, expect some delays on both routes that's approaching the Gululis interchange. Moving to Durban and Chatsworth, there are the usual delays on the M1 Higginson highway eastbound, heading towards the N1. And in Cape Town and Kuils River, traffic is slow moving. That's on the R300 northbound between Stellenbosch Arterial Road and the Jan van Riebeeck, or the Van Riebeeck Road exit. That's where we leave your traffic on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, it's about 4 minutes past 8 o'clock. Let's quickly get a last roundup of your weather. And it looks like most parts of the country can expect a rather chilly start this morning. Much needed rainfall is expected for the mother city from about midday onwards, reaching a maximum of 15. However, along the east coast between Richards Bay and Durban, sunny and warm conditions can be expected. Your temperatures this morning, Polokwane 5 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 20 met vochtige toestande. Mbombela 10, 23, Pretoria 6, 18, Johannesburg 4 en 'n maximum van 16. Mahikeng 721, Klerksdorp 8 grade minimum met 'n maximum van 21, Kimberley 922, Bloemfontein 'n koue 3 grade en 'n warmer 20 later, Richards Bay 1525, Pietermaritzburg 824, Durban kicking off on 15 with a mild 24 degrees, Mthatha 926, East London 1327, Cradock 3 this morning, nice and cool but reaching a mild maximum of 24, Port Elizabeth 1228, George 1022, Sutherland on 3 degrees minimum and a maximum of 16, Cape Town 915, Worcester 619, Springbok on 4 degrees minimum and a maximum of 17, and Uppington kicking off on 4 this morning, reaching a nice and hot maximum of 28 degrees. And that's a wrap of your weather for your Monday morning.
I'm heading to Zanzibar, the Kingdom of Bhutan, in Mauritius,
Angola. I always go back to Italy and Cape Town, of course.
Time to find out the answer to our Guess Who game this morning. We've blurred out the face of a really, really famous person, and we gave you some clues. Let's see if you got it correct. I saw one person saying Lerato Kganyago. I saw another person saying Pearl Thusi, but I'm going to go with Palesa Portia, who says it's none other than the gorgeous and enthusiastic Bonang Mateba. So if you answered that correctly, well, then you are the winner of today's Guess Who game. We'll play it again next Monday, same time, same place.
Then the doc is in the house. Dr. Eve, looking as gorgeous as always, is here for our regular Monday morning relationship chat. We are talking about the 5-year plan.
Ooh la la.
Serious business this morning.
Very serious indeed. And then we're going to have a little bit of a light-hearted cooking segment in the kitchen. We're going to be making parsnips chips, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you after the break. Parsnips.
Struggle with commitment? Before trying anywhere else, book on Travel Start. We will turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstart.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Now, time for us to talk relationships, shall we? When you meet a potential new partner, it's so easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of the exciting new feelings and start planning for a future with that person. But do things change if you know that staying together long term isn't going to be easy or even possible? What if your new partner doesn't fit neatly into your life plan? Well, our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, is here to give her advice. So if you have a question or if you have a comment, feel free to give us a call. Here's that new number, 021 430 9881.
Good morning, Doc. How are you? So my laugh wasn't a dismissive laugh. It was a laugh of glee because it's going to be such an interesting discussion. Because the truth of it is, when you first meet someone and you get that kind of honeymoon phase kicks in, and you immediately see your whole life with this new life partner, this wedding potential. Why do we have it? Why does that kick in when you first fall in love or in lust or in infatuation? Why is it there?
And then you even promise it to them.
Yeah, completely.
It's such an instinctive biological response to say, okay, this is going to be forever and ever. And it's like the chemical, that rush that comes in, it has to happen. Otherwise, we would never ever fall pregnant. We would never ever have the population of 7-8 billion people in the world if we weren't instinctively forced into doing the commitment thing right from the beginning. Thinking long term and saying, okay, this is going to be forever. Because, you know, I mean, the truth of it is, our behavior is different today. Very, very different as younger people, especially, very different. And my generation also, once you single again and you'd have different plans. But your behavior is different. But the need, the emotional need, the instinctive need is, I really want to be with this person. I want the commitment. I want to know that there's going to be a father or a mother for my baby going forward. And even, as I say, at my age, there is that instinctive need for protection. So we do develop these plans and we go into this dream, as I call it. We dream together. On one hand, it's absolutely essential for a couple to have this dream together. You have to have this plan together because it's part of the brain. It's part of the brain that gets stimulated. What's called the imagination or the dream part of the brain gets stimulated, and you like that feeling. It's very important that we have that experience of feeling we're going to dream together. But then quickly, very quickly, like within weeks and definitely within the first 6 months, as we know, we talk about this a lot on the show, the dream begins to evaporate and the reality sets in. Once you begin to talk about your values, which we talk a lot about on this show as well, and you then see, is there going to be right? Is there going to be a match of values? Because if there is, then you think, okay, I really do have this good plan. But it can be quite abused as well, where if you're in a relationship right from get-go and you feel the discomfort of it and you feel the pressure of it, you're going to adapt your plan to go into somebody else's 5-year plan. So we have to have, which we talk about a lot as well, equity in a relationship. Two people who have equal plans, two people equally who have their own plan, and then together can create a plan. I don't know about 5-year.
Just a plan is good enough. A plan is good enough.
A plan, yes. I think 5 years in today's generation, I don't know if that happens. I want to hear from people. Do you still have 5-year plans, or do you just have in-the-moment plans? Like, how long are your plans? How long can you hope
might be
for?
speaking to the wrong person,
Very, very important. Well, there you have it. Dr. Eve asked you the question, do you have a plan? Do you have any plan in general? Or are you kind of just going with the flow? You can let us know. 021 430 9881 is that number to call. We're talking relationships this morning. Very interesting chat indeed.
Look, man, I'm going to make a confession here. In the kitchen with Mary right now. If you had to show me these things, I'm going to have to really think about what they are. We're talking about parsnips.
Should we guess it? Oh,
it's
you got
parsnips. I know now, okay? But parsnips are almost like that forgotten kind of vegetable, right?
It's kind of strange looking, doesn't it?
It's very weird.
It sort of looks like a carrot. It's the pale version of a carrot. But you actually can't eat these raw.
Okay, but it's not entirely a carrot, really.
It's not a carrot. It's a root vegetable.
It's a root,
and it cannot be eaten raw. Though, I mean, I don't think anyone's ever eaten it raw, but you cook it up. And interesting thing about this is that before sugarcane existed, they used this to sweeten desserts and stuff like that. Yes, way back.
Okay.
So we are actually going to make a tart with these later on.
Oh, I love it. So,
Yes.
so we're making 3 different recipes
We
using
are.
parsnips. That's a hero vegetable of the day, showing you exactly what you can do with it. So we're making a nice little snack,
We are.
parsnip chips.
We are.
Okay.
And they're actually great. I've just come back from being in the bush in Botswana,
Yeah.
and I actually started making these for the guests, and they all loved them. And none
Okay.
of them, most of them had never eaten parsnips before.
Really?
Yes. So
Okay.
it's super simple. And the thing about parsnips is you don't want to peel them because all the healthy stuff, the
Oh, it's
vitamin
kind of in
B
the layer of the
and the
skin.
minerals and everything are in the skin. So unlike a carrot, you
Yeah.
really want to not peel these.
Okay.
And the other thing is that obviously you can't make chips with this part, right?
Yeah.
Because it's too skin. So this is the part you're going to boil up and make the tart with.
I see.
Yes,
Okay.
and you can actually freeze this, cook it up and freeze it, and then do whatever.
So let's start with the chips.
I know, we're going to get going. So here we are, thinly
Yeah.
sliced, and if you have a mandolin, then you can actually use a mandolin. If you don't, you just use your knife.
Okay.
You slice them up, and you put a little bit of olive oil.
All right.
Very simple. Do you want to mix this up?
Yeah, why not?
Use
Do
your
I
hand.
You use the hand? All right, fine. Let's use the
There.
hand.
And then I've used a little bit of garlic salt, and we're going to use herbe de Provence, or I know.
Come again?
Herbs de Provence. No, it's a mix of
I'm not even
thyme,
gonna try.
rosemary, and all that stuff. It's actually very popular,
Okay.
and you can actually buy it.
Yeah.
And then a little pepper.
Okay.
How easy is that?
Very easy. Is that
And then
it?
you throw them onto the sheet.
Just individually? Or
Yes.
just like that?
Just throw them on.
Okay.
Just pretend you're just some wild chef, galloping gourmet. There we go.
There we go. How's that?
There
How's
you
that?
go. Wonderful. And then you throw these in the oven.
Okay.
And you cook them up, and out they come like this.
And then you have your chips. And it smells amazing with that herbs, eh?
Yes, and these are warmed up. And what I love to do is just add another layer of flavor and add a little bit of freshly grated Parmesan onto here. And this makes it
It's something different. I love that.
It is. And your kids are going to love them too.
Yeah.
And it's full of healthy stuff. And it's got lots of great fiber and things like that. So it's worth a try.
There we go. It's
Yes.
definitely worth a try. Try it out. That keyword is snack. SMS that to 33728. Snack to 33728 and make your very own parsnip chips. Very cool. But we have 2 more incredible recipes for you by Mary. Stick around.
There you go.
So we are having the most interesting relationship chat. Why? Because I think every person out there, and ourselves included, can find some point to relate to ourselves. We're talking about relationships, that warm, fuzzy feeling when you first meet, and the need then to commit, and you tie that person into your long-term, forever goals. But do your long-term goals and theirs, your values match up? And how do we broach this? And Leanne, you posed a really interesting question. You're going to open up a little bit for us now.
I will. You know, Dr. Eve, we all want love. I think we want love. We want to find that person. But I think a lot of us also have life plans where work is concerned.
Well, we
And
should
so
have.
We should
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
And you know that you've got, like, let's say you've got 5 years that you really, really need to put in everything in order to achieve a certain amount of success, and thereafter you can maybe just relax and chill. What if that person comes in that 5 years? Because that's my concern. I literally choose to maybe just put love on the back burner just for a little bit, because when I do fall in love, I give everything to it. Like that honeymoon phase, just I
Just
cannot
lasts
think,
forever.
I breathe, I eat, everything is love, and work
'Cause it's
gets
cool.
put on the back
Because
burner.
it is awesome. It's like one of the nicest things you can go through.
Exactly, and then maybe 6 or 8 months down the line, you're like, oh wow, the honeymoon phase is now it's gone a little bit, but oh, I've lost out on so much that I could have done work-wise, and then maybe do I begin to resent the person that I'm with because I've missed out on so many opportunities.
Yeah. It's incredibly important to hang on to that goal, and I think that one of the points of discernment, Leanne, would be to say, is this person somebody who is going to walk by my side while I explore my life goals? Because if this person is going to be happy to allow you to let go of your dreams, because of course you have to talk to them about your dreams when you're courting.
They've got to know
They've
them,
got to know that, and they want to be supportive. You want them to be supportive of it, because there comes in the discomfort for me of this person knowing that Leanne has a dream, and I am going to be so distracting to her that I'm taking her away from the dream. A healthy relationship is when that person is aware of your dreams and is able to totally hold the space and pursue his or her or their own dreams while you're pursuing yours. That is what a long-lasting, sustainable relationship is going to be made of. It's 2 people who have independent dreams And it could be I want to be a housewife and just take care of my child right now, which might be your situation right now, Graham. But that is their goal, which is fantastic because it's concrete. And in that space, you are being held to pursue your dream. I really feel uncomfortable when I hear that there's going to be a letting go, that your partner would allow you to be so absorbed and swallowed by them that you let go your dream. No, no, no. Your partner has got to make sure that you are maintaining your dream and supporting it at the same time.
And vice versa.
I'll speak from a male perspective. It's a very difficult thing to do. You've got to find someone who matches you in that sense, who is in your case, is equally empowered in their own life, wanting to do those things. Because to live above it all, above our compulsions and things, is a very difficult thing to do. So to just offer that to someone, a free platform to express and explore themselves, is a difficult thing that you can generally, within relationship, work towards. But it's not something that's easily done. So you've got to find someone that matches you on that level. I have to throw this in there. We hear the cliche, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. I want you to think about that for a moment. When we come back, I want to talk about concrete things. You're flying overseas to spend 2 years in the UK. Do you go for love, or do you just say, okay, I'm going to sacrifice that for my own goals? We'll continue this discussion in a moment.
Well, we're also continuing our, expanding our knowledge on the parsnips vegetable. Well, this morning, Mary's showing us how to make parsnip hash brownies. And then, of course, we're also continuing our chat with Dr. Eve. Give us a call. Our number is 021 430 9881. Does your partner fit into your future plans? We'll see you after the break.
Saving on travel is quick and easy with TravelStart. When you book any flight at travelstart.co.za, you will receive a voucher for 50% off your next 2 Uber rides to or from the airport. Simply enter the voucher code in the Uber app when you book your ride at your convenience. It's just another amazing way to enjoy hassle-free, budget-friendly travel when you have TravelStart to take you all the way for half the price with Uber. It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso right here on SABC3. We're talking relationships this morning with our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, in the house. If you have a question or comment, please do give us a call, 021 430 9881. Graham, you were talking about it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all.
And I do believe that, because I think that humans, we love a little bit of misery and the opportunity it provides to grow through that.
Yes.
But all of that being said, I mean, especially when you're younger, you've got concrete plans that are very, in the moment, concrete. I'm going to London for 2 years to do this. I'm studying overseas. Then you inevitably meet the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with the day before you're supposed to leave. And do you enter into that space? Do you protect yourself and say no to love?
Yeah. I really think that you should go with the feeling of love. I really do believe that, especially today. You're smiling at me. Especially today with technology, there's such an ability to be able to communicate with each other and to and to get to know each other that way, whilst you are pursuing your dreams. I feel this absolute gut-wrenching feeling when somebody will tell me, a couple will sit and say, I had this idea, I was just about to go overseas, and then I met him and I decided to stay. And sitting in a therapy room, why sitting in a therapy room? Years later. And then there are the couples who absolutely will say, I met her a few months before, told him in the first time that we just started dating, that I have these plans to travel overseas, And he said, go for it. I'm going to be here when you come back, or else we'll take a break and we're going to see if we still feel connected. And organically, if you want to be connected with the person, you're going to stay connected with that person. You don't need to make a rule around it. And they go away and they do what they need to do, travel for 6 months, travel for 2 years, and then they will come back, or they will meet each other somewhere. It really happens that people should continue with their dreams. I really don't think you should put a hold on to it
absence
for
makes
love.
the heart grow fonder. We can throw another cliche on there.
Yeah, but it changes because you really then find that you grow into somebody different, and are we still interested in each other? But you don't want to miss out. I mean, this is like a very new millennial way of thinking. You know, my generation, it wasn't like that. You just didn't even have the dream. And if you did have the dream for older people, I mean, I'm curious to know from older people, as you get older, your plans change, your 5-year plan changes, or maybe, you know, you think about aging a whole lot more, and you then are single and you meet somebody new. What do you expect from that person? What are your plans then? Because they're going to be different.
We've actually got a call on the line.
Yes.
Minnie from Pretoria. Minnie, good morning. You are working and your partner is currently studying, am I correct?
Yes, that's right.
So what's your question, or what about this particular situation has you a little confused?
So basically, I just wanted to know if it's a problem, because my boyfriend is only in first year and I'm already working. So I just wanted to know if I'm considering to go back to school, if that is kind of getting in the way of my five-year plan and all of that.
Minnie, what is your 5-year plan?
So I've always wanted to, in my 5-year plan, I've always included, you know, having my own business eventually. So right now I'm working to get some experience. That's basically what I'm doing now.
Okay, so how is your boyfriend being in first year interfering with your 5-year plan?
Because now I'm considering going back to school, and I'm also considering just the space between him getting his degree and finally starting to work like me, like just kind of giving him some time for that.
Are you supporting him? Because this says to me that there might be that dynamic here. Are you supporting him? Are you needing him to support you when you go back to school?
I am supporting him in his school, and it also causes some problems financially as well.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you've been a little derailed. And are you saying you want to go back to school because you want to broaden your own knowledge base, or because you just kind of want to get into a parity with him? Why do you want to go back to school?
Just to give him time to catch up with where I am.
Honey. No, honey. You don't go backwards in life. To be able to give him an opportunity to catch up. He's on his own trajectory, and you've got to respect that. That's where he is in his life. He's on his first year of studying, and you're in a different place. And you're going to see if this works for you or not. But please don't go back to give him a chance to catch up with you. Don't go backwards. I mean, listen to yourself. You don't go backwards in order for him to catch up with you. You've got to stay where you are, and you've got to stay on your own trajectory of your plan. And he's got to stay on his trajectory. And it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Unless financially it's like really hurting you, then that's not a good thing. But please do not go backwards. Please, Minnie, do not go backwards.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you. I know we've probably given her a lot more to think about than answers there, Minnie, but I think a lot of people in that situation. Dr. Eve,
you heard the pain in her voice, right? I mean, you could hear she was like there was a catch in her voice. And because I work with trauma, you know, one of the first things that happens to us when we feel traumatized is that your voice closes. You can't really talk, and it's hurting her. She's anxious.
I think the most important thing is talk to him about this and give him the platform to be able to weigh in on the conversation as well. But Minnie, thank you so much, Doc. Thank you so much. What an unbelievably interesting conversation this morning.
It turned out really great. Thank you
so much.
Yeah.
All right, well, next up on the Expresso menu with Mary. Hey, there's a tagline for you.
I like that.
On the menu with Mary, I like that. We're dealing with parsnips, all right? Now, parsnips are kind of the forgotten vegetable, but we're showing you interesting ways in terms of how you can use them. So we made this most amazing parsnip chips with a dash of Parmesan cheese.
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
Now for some hash browns with a difference.
Well, parsnips really like to take on a bit of flavor. They're really great in spicy food.
Okay.
And onions and leeks and stuff like that. So we are actually going to do a hash brown. And it's a little bit potato, but also the parsnips. And this actually would have been great for a Father's Day brunch
Treat,
idea.
yes.
So maybe you could get this next weekend.
Possibly, you know, we can always do another Father's Day.
Right, exactly. Because there's just not enough celebration of fathers.
Absolutely. Well, look at it. He said it. He said it. Then again, a shout-out goes out to the moms as well.
Very,
you know, just,
well, thank you.
Just to balance it out,
okay,
of course.
that's good to be balanced. Okay, so we're going to put a little ginger, garlic, jalapeno,
nice.
cumin.
Yeah.
What else is in here? Cilantro.
Yes.
Coriander and a little bit of chives.
Lovely.
All the things that you can actually grow in your garden.
Yeah.
Well, not this stuff, but the green stuff you can grow in the garden right now because it's not too hot.
But like you were saying, I mean, that's a very flavorful combination
is.
of kind of spices, and that can be absorbed by your parsnip.
Exactly. And look how simple this is. Once again, we're done.
Is that it?
That's it. So you're going to come around and you're going to heat up a little bit.
I'm going to man the pan.
You're going to man the... Oh, you are just
on the
full
menu
of
with
stories.
Mary, I'm going to man the pan this morning.
This is good. We're going to put a little salt. So put in a little olive oil. We're going to put a little salt, a little pepper.
All right.
And what's wonderful about this is that you can actually serve it as a starter. I'm going to use my hands a little bit here just to really get it all mixed
So
up.
is this going to kind of stick together by its own?
It does. It sticks because of the starch in the potatoes.
Right.
So you don't need to put an egg. You don't. But what you can do is poach a little egg and put it on top.
Hey, now there's an idea.
With your salmon or your smoked trout and a little bit of lovely cream.
Okay, well, let's see this.
Okay, watch this. So you just squish them together. I would probably say use a spoon, but I have Teflon fingers
I've
now.
got a tool.
There you go.
So just like that, eh?
Just like that. And so you want it to brown. You want it to start sticking together.
Yeah.
And once it's stuck together, let's add a little bit more here.
All right.
So once they're browned, you flip them. And these you can actually make ahead.
Yeah.
And then heat them up at the last minute. And then put a little bit of, so this is basically yogurt, lemon juice, and lemon zest.
Okay, which is going to go perfectly with your trout topping.
Beautiful with your trout. And then you can put a little rocket. But if you want to poach up an egg, you can do that. How are you with poaching eggs?
Yeah, not that great, eh? Like, I haven't done it in a while. But I can boil an egg, which is good.
Okay, or you could fry an egg.
Or you could fry an egg.
Yeah. And so once you have that all done, I'm just going to wipe my fingers on something
Go for it. In the meantime, the keyword is trout. SMS that to 33728. The keyword for our beautiful parsnip hash browns. Trout is the keyword. SMS that to 33728.
Okay, I'm trying to rush it a bit. But
yeah, it needs to go a little bit longer.
You just want to let it sit there for a little bit, just so
But that's pretty much the final product that we are dealing with.
And this is what happens. And then you can actually drizzle a little on top.
Oh, wow, that looks amazing.
Doesn't that look good?
Beautiful.
And you'll be able to taste this.
Yeah.
Can you eat this?
I can eat it slowly. I can eat it slowly. For those of you, I'm battling with a bit of a sore jaw still. That's why I'm being very cautious what I eat. But the keyword is trout. SMS that to 33728. That's trout to 33728. Check it out on our website as well, expressoshow.com. Mary, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Got one more recipe for you to go.
Sweet.
A nice little tart. A nice little parsnip tart. How interesting.
Yes.
We've got Dr. Eve on speed dial this morning as we continue for a final time with our relationship talk this morning. And Minnie kind of inspired this question, the last caller that we had. Timing. I sometimes think in relationships, can timing be very important? Should you ever break up with someone with the intention of getting back together at a later stage when the circumstances are better?
If this is what a couple feel like they want to do, there should be flexibility. I think that's great. I think it's naive as well. Forgive me for laughing out loud. That there is so much life that's going to happen between the breakup. I mean, why did you want to break up? I always want to know what's the root cause of the breakup in the first place. Is it because you wanted to go and live your 5-year plan and then come back? Well,
bearing in mind you're still going to be the same person when you come back unless you do some major changing.
But then again, I'm thinking that with Facebook today, a lot of people. I mean, it's huge, especially in an older age group as well. They find each other again on Facebook years later after they've divorced or they've widowed or something, and they find that the things they really liked about each other back then, they really like about each other now, and they get together again. Or maybe they have lived their life plans out and now they want new life plans, and so they get back together. It's a huge cohort of people who are doing that. So, you know, we can't have strict rules around that unless there is a breakup because there has been real poison in the relationship. And then you say, okay, we're going to get over our stuff and we're going to meet up later. I think that too much life happens. But I do believe in the synergy of, organic
Love
growth
can and will find a
people
way,
will find each other again. But
Just-
there are big things that people struggle with. And it's like a warning I do want to say to our viewers as well. If you begin to do your 5-year life plan and you talk about things like children, like religion, like schools, like where do we want to live, like do we want to travel, please be very aware that those things might be very set. They may be culturally set, they may be set in terms of your family culture as well, and they may not change. So don't be with somebody when you know that their life plan
Don't
includes
put your head
children.
in the sand,
Yeah, and you really, really are committed not to be having children, and you think, well, I'll change him or her, and maybe further along the way, this is going to happen, and therefore I am going to commit. Having said that, people do change along the way. They do find that they say, I'm never going to have children, and then
life throws a very different curveball at them.
Exactly,
Dr. Eve, you know I've been able to whip out at least 10 cliches this morning that the relationship chat has had some real gravitas to it. Thank you so much. Minnie, we love you. Thank you so much for weighing in on the conversation. But hopefully this has inspired you at home to at least look at your 5-year plan, your 1-year plan. Be clear about that and communicate that from the very beginning within your own relationship.
Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to take the Feel Good level one notch up on this Monday morning. We're going to take a look at the men behind the Interrupters exhibit, and then also the Leadership College giving free education. We'll bring you that and a whole lot more after the break.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
All right, it's time for one last round with Mary in the kitchen with an absolutely amazing recipe. Parsnips is what we're using this morning. The forgotten vegetable, but not so forgotten this morning. We're making a beautiful dessert, a parsnip tart right now.
Does it look sort of witchy?
It does,
Kind of,
weirdly.
huh? Yeah, it's a witch. Okay, so here we go. An egg.
Okay.
Some cream cheese. So this is actually lovely. We're going to do, if we have time, we're going to do the tart base, which is a shortbread base, actually.
Yeah, just a normal shortbread
base.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's so sweet and crunchy, and I love it.
Okay.
So there we are. So this is the boiled pieces of parsnip, sort of those little ends that we don't use.
Yeah, so you
rather
kind of
than
just
putting in the bin.
boil them.
Boil them.
So just the water, boil them
Yes,
nicely.
and if you can't use it, just freeze it and then use it another time.
I like that.
Okay, and so we're going to throw that in, and then we're going to put a little bit of vanilla.
Okay.
I'm still holding on to my bowl, I'm not sure why. Some ginger, cinnamon, and nutmeg.
All right.
All the yummy stuff.
Lovely
Don't you think
dessert
for
flavors.
winter? I love those kind of flavors. It reminds me of
beautiful.
winter. And then a little bit of honey. Now, if your parsnips are small and young, then they're much sweeter. So you know how vegetables
I
get
see.
older? The
Yeah,
sweetness
they
goes out
lose
of it. They lose it. So I've just put a little bit of honey in there. And then as my finale, I put in some crystallized ginger.
Ooh.
Have you ever had that?
Yes, actually
Do you
amazing.
like it?
Yeah.
Actually, can we use up all this?
Go for it.
Here we go. There we
Go
go.
for it.
And then we're going to use a spoon because the crystallized ginger is going to get stuck in this.
Yeah, let's just swallow
Right.
it.
And so here's some crystallized ginger, and you can actually make this yourself. You don't have to buy it.
Okay.
And then you can use the syrup in a fun little cocktail of some sort.
Love it.
Not that we're talking cocktails here, but
But it would be nice.
This is what they
No, no.
look like, crystallized ginger, and it's just boiled in sugar syrup,
Okay.
and then dried and rolled in little sugar. Okay, so
Fantastic.
this
So
is
that's it. That's the filling.
This is the filling, and then
Yeah.
this is the tart base. And so basically, what you do, I'll show you quickly. is you take the tart base, you let it sit for a few minutes.
Okay, and the basic ingredients for that, we have your flour,
Flour,
the
sugar,
butter,
and
what
butter.
is this? Some salt and some
Yes, and a little bit of vanilla if you want. So basically, you don't have to use a rolling pin, which I hate using rolling pins because it's just, it's a pain. So all you have to do is squish this. Look at that. And then you have your little tart.
Easy
base.
like that.
Yeah, it's easy like that. Isn't that good? Perfect. And then you take, so I'm going to let you fill this one while I finish with this tart base.
Okay, so here we have our filling.
So you have your filling, you throw it in there.
Okay, how much do I put in
And
there?
you want to fill it up and push it into the sides because
it's not
otherwise,
really gonna...
no, it doesn't really grow or do anything too exciting. And you don't want it shrinks when it's heated up. So you actually want to really fill it up as much as possible.
Oh, there we go. SMS the keyword dessert to 33728 for your parsnip little tarts. They look amazing with that crystallized ginger in there as well. How's that?
That's beautiful.
Awesome. And then into the oven.
Into the oven. They come out this way. And to finish it off, you whip up some cream with a little bit of sugar and cinnamon. And then you just put it on top and serve it. And it's sort of like a country-looking dessert, right?
Easy stuff.
Easy
I absolutely
stuff.
love it. Thank you,
Mary. It's not meringue. It's this, and it's much easier this way. And there you go. And if you want to pipe it, you can pipe it and make it look beautiful.
But it looks rustic just like this.
I like rustic.
The keyword is dessert. SMS that to 33728. Alternatively, go check out all 3 recipes that we made with parsnips this morning on our website, expressoshow.com. Thank you once again, Mary.
You're very welcome.
Always lovely to have you.
Well, make sure you tune in to Afternoon Express this afternoon because Chef Clem Pedro is going to make a delicious winter meal. He's going to cook up a perfect roast chicken, potato fondants, gem squash, and lemony green beans as well. This delicious winter meal will certainly have you reaching for seconds.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. Smelling delicious things coming out of the kitchen. But now we're going to talk about money matters. And I think last week, Friday, we had Vanessa and Desmond from Nedbank here. They really did open my eyes as to the value of money. A really interesting chat that we opened. Obviously, we took a look at their new tagline and, of course, the TVC that is just amazing. I love the emotive angle on it as well. And it's all about ultimately seeing money differently. And even at my age, it started to put things into perspective.
That's right. Well, I saw the ad. It's absolutely beautiful, and it follows the journey of a guy making money, and then he draws a red X onto the note, and throughout the ad you can see the note being passed around and basically follow the journey of how money is being used differently. Now, for example, at first it starts off with that red X note going to on a first date to buy movie tickets, and then it's passed on from mom to child, and it was used at a party, even used for, at a wedding to pay as a wedding gift. And then also the ad, what's quite cool about the ad is it ends up with that exact note with the red cross going back to the man that wrote it initially.
Yeah, it's all cyclical, and we often forget that. And I think I love the idea of the money kind of meaning differently to every person that uses it. So I'm going to ask you this question: What's when you think of money, what does it mean to you? Is there a deeper kind of underpinning?
It is. I have to be very careful because for me, money is security. So I have to be careful with how I spend, how I save, how I, deal with my finances, being, independent away from my safety zone, which is generally my parents. So I have to be very careful with how I think of spending each cent.
Well, it's really cool that that's sunk in, even at your tender age. I think something that I've often lose out on is the value of every cent. And they really did mention a lot about their new pay-as-you-use account, which it took me a while for this to actually sink in, because all that you pay is a flat monthly rate of R5. So you only pay for what you actually use. I'm like, okay, so this is a solid account with all the value, and it's only R5. So over the weekend, I started thinking to myself about how the value of R5 has actually changed. Now, for me, if I was able to get R5 back in the day when I was a kid, okay, that was a lot of bubble gum, and then I would use it to go and play video games, and you'd go and challenge the best video game guy on the block because you knew you had bank. You could just keep playing. But it's all changed now. What does R5 mean to you?
It's that one coin you have very little value for. I mean, if you asked me this question 10 years ago, I could tell you a lot of things I could buy for R5, but cooking for one is a struggle. I got such a fright when I saw the price of a green pepper, so it's not R5 anymore.
Well, that's you could maybe get yourself back at a 2-minute noodles, but I actually did a little bit of digging this weekend and try to discover what you could actually get for R5. So this is a list of some of the things. It could buy you a loaf of bread, an inexpensive loaf of bread. It could get you 1 apple, okay, a milli, maybe a chomp or small little chomp chocolate, a handful of chappies, so some things never do change, then taxi fare maybe somewhere close by, a small packet of chips, or maybe an inexpensive newspaper. But that's just $5. It's crazy.
I still can get you something. That's absolutely incredible. But we really want to hear from you. What can 5 Rand buy you? What are your 5 Rand memories? Let us know on Facebook or Twitter. And if the idea of paying a flat monthly fee of only 5 Rand for an account with all the benefits interests you, then visit the Expresso Facebook page where we've got a link to all of the details.
I'm a dreamer, a doer. I know the hustle. I just need my money to hustle for me.
Now, next up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we get a little bit artistic. Now, because of its broad appeal, art is often a great way to start necessary dialogues around controversial issues. I mean, it has worked for politics, for uniting people in special causes, and now a photographer is shedding light on a long-standing social issue, gangsterism, using art as a vehicle.
An art gallery is the last place you'd expect to find gangsters. But this art gallery is filled with portraits of former gang members in an exhibition that tells a powerful story.
Now, when people hear the word gangsterism, they immediately just want to shy away from the topic. But that's an issue that photographer Leanne Olvacher wants to explore. And she's doing this through her exhibition called The Interrupters. Leanne, the name Interrupters is quite a peculiar one, and you see it big and bold when you enter the studio. So tell me about the choice of that name.
I was intrigued when I first heard about Ceasefire, who use reformed gang members to work as professional violence interrupters. So when they're shooting in an Nova Park, these guys go out and actually mediate violence. I thought it was quite an intriguing title for the exhibition.
I understand that you also did work with prisoners in Pollsmoor, with them doing yoga. So how did that experience differ from this Interrupters experience?
I think if you look at all the backstories of the prisoners of all these gangsters, you'll start feeling quite a lot of compassion for them. And so I wanted to know who are these guys, where do they come from, and tell that story and show that journey of change. So I wanted to show the world, in Cape Town especially, that change is possible when it comes to gangsters.
Was there ever a moment when you were considering the fact that you are photographing very notorious and potentially dangerous men? Did that play on your mind at all?
I sometimes think back and I look at the tattoos and I think about the life they've lived, and that is quite hectic. But I never see them like that. I see them as the changed people that they are, and that's what I've always connected with. It sometimes made me think like, wow, this guy has quite a heavy past, but it also made such an impression on me because it shows how far he's come and the change that he's made.
So at the end of the day, what would you like people to take as a message from your Interrupters project?
I think the first thing is that change is possible. When we think about gangsterism and the issue of gangsterism, I think we need to realize that we don't have a gang problem as such. We actually have a social problem. And we need to have a look at how we can change that and how we can help these communities to change the ending. And a program like Ceasefire I've seen is very effective. Conventional approaches don't work in this case, so we need to try something new. And this, I believe, is something that can really work. So I want to get some awareness on that as well.
All of the photographed men are using their background to help reduce gang violence in their communities. They also share their personal stories in exploration of social issues that lead to gangsterism.
I was a gangster at the age of 12 because this is the time when they shot my 2 brothers dead. If they look at my tattoos, they see a 28, that already make them scared. While I'm not part of the gang anymore, I'm not living that life anymore, you know, I'm totally a changed man. As you can see, it's written, I'm the dreamer because I also dream for a better future, dream for destiny, dream for a better life, dream for my children one day in my family to have a better life, not to fall into the trap that I did fall in.
Op die 16de June word ek in my kop geskiet. Daar had ik nog geen personaliteit, maar toen ga ik hospitaal toe. Daar had niet zo warm me gekomen. Ik ben op het einde kom ik mijn stilstaan komen. Toen ga ik bij de counselen, met de Sprintse kantoor. Toen zei ik voor hem, ik zoek help aan. En toen kom ik zo wat ik een paar mensen contact. En toen contact je precies waar je Interrupters zo. Hij vat je aan je hand. Hij loopt je pad samen met jou. Dus die samen pad je loopt. Probeer je het beste te doen voor jou. Laat hij naar weken kan komen. Laat hij kan op je voeten staan, man. Dat hij independent is. Dat is de mooiste van een interrupter.
These interrupters work as part of an initiative called Ceasefire. It gives reformed gangsters an opportunity to do good and bring positive change to their communities.
I was placed in an overpark as a full-time minister, and with all the issues and gangsters and violence, I looked at different methodologies to incorporate into recovering high-risk individuals. So I looked at the ceasefire methodology, cure violence overseas. I looked at our program that we ran locally, and then I decided to fuse the two together and to bring ceasefire into Hanover Park and pilot it in Hanover Park to recruit interrupters, outreach workers, to be able to do the work in the streets for us. We have already managed to reduce violence with 43%, let alone within Hanover Park. So we did qualitative work and quantitative work. So we've also recruited 168 guys to join the program. So I think from where we were and where we are today, we've grown a lot, but I think much more should still be done.
In die gangsterism, die gesig het ek gehad. Ek was die happy-go-lucky persoon nie, ek was altyd walge. Altyd die ene, jy skiet hom, jy stiek hom. En kyk nou.
Het sap hou nie meer vir my vas nie, maar ek is vry. Ek kan nou in my gemeenskap gaan en ek kan gaan praat met die jong manne. Ek kan gaan praat met die manne wat nog tsappe is en vir hulle sê, moenie laat die vir jou hou waar jy is vandag nie. Maar change is as possible as jy oor die tsap kan kyk.
When I look at the picture, I surely check you could look evil, because for me the picture is very evil. Evil looked out of me, but I know that's not me anymore. I did change.
You know, once you've taken a moment to look around the Interrupters exhibition and read the stories of these reformed gangsters, you realize that they're more than just that. These are guys with names. They're called Wilfred, Gordon, and Jeremy, and they've made a change in their lives, and they want to use this change to affect our future generation.
Oh, well, I told you we're going to take that feel-good factor to the next level. Well, listen, this is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to take a quick break. We'll see you in just a few.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Breaking news of what's happening in the world at the moment. A man has died and 8 people have been injured after a van ploughed into pedestrians near a North London mosque. Now, Metropolitan Police say that the van mounted the pavement and struck a group of people that just after midnight in what onlookers are describing as a deliberate attack on worshippers. A 48-year-old man has been arrested, and Prime Minister Theresa May says police are treating the incident as a potential potential terrorist attack. Now, also happening abroad, 2 people have been killed after gunmen attacked a luxury tourist resort popular with Westerners. Now, according to witnesses, gunfire could be heard after up to 4 suspected jihadists took hostages at La Campamon Kangaba, which is near Mali's capital of Bamako. Security Minister Salif Traore says that 32 hostages were freed after an operation by special forces which have surrounded the resort. So much happening in the world. We just thought that it's so important that our Expresso viewers are updated on what's happening.
Aware, and I think that the most horrific part of this is soft target. It's not the big sporting events, albeit we did see obviously Rihanna Grande's concert being at the epicenter of one of the worst attacks we've seen this year. But the fact that places of worship are being exploited, that is terrifying to say the least. So please stay safe and stay educated out there.
All right, well, on a very positive note this morning, check out this picture of 2 gorgeous women. We have Leanne Will and also Amy Jones, our guest performer this morning. And we asked you to tell us what you thought about her performance. So she was absolutely amazing. And Vanessa Lady V came through, says, wow, lovely song. I love the performance. Great, she's beautiful. Gillian Vessels Kapoor says, lovely song. Love, love, love your hair, Amy. Just perfect. Love that natural look. And Tabaleng says, it was amazing. Her voice is perfect. Keep up the good work. And you are beautiful. Valdine Fortain, great performance. Cute hairstyle. Welcome back to the studio, Amy. Much love. And I love also this one from Khameda Samsudin this morning, who says, Baidu and Uzea, very excited for Amy, waiting for her to appear. You can check the picture that she posted on there with Amy on screen. Absolutely love it. So we loved having her on the show, and I'm glad that you loved her as well. She's absolutely incredible.
So now we turn our attention to what you can catch on the small screens tonight. And last week we brought what can only be described as an unbelievable, life-changing journey for some, in particular Team Anga in the Tropica Island of Treasure in the Seychelles finale. A massive, grueling final challenge. And that, of course, saw Team Anga come out tops over Team Civ, who had pretty much led throughout certainly the final episodes. But we bring them all back together again tonight to see reality really sinking in for our winner and all of the couples with our reunion show. Here's a sneak peek.
The R1 million treasure has been won, and now it's time for the reunion. Join me, Minnie, Jonathan, Boyce and Lee, and the contestants of Tropica Island of Treasure Seychelles tonight for a smooth celebration of the season that was. We'll revisit the challenges, check out never-before-seen moments, and delve into the drama that went down on the island. Don't miss Tropica Island of Treasure Seychelles reunion special tonight at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's exciting indeed.
I wonder if he's still burning.
Oh,
he must be,
my
man.
word.
He came so close. Sure.
Absolutely, so close. But anyways, the International Off-Road Rally season is just around the corner, which means the world's biggest and baddest four-wheel machines will be let out to play to tackle the toughest terrains from around the world. Now, this past week, to prepare for upcoming races, the Kamaz Off-Road Master Team decided to take their racing truck out to the snowy countryside of Russia to push the racing machine to its limits. Here is what went down.
Just outside the city of Murmansk in northwest Russia, a diesel-powered monster took flight over the region's frozen landscape. The beast of a machine, a Kamaz 4326, was built by a heavy-duty truck manufacturing company based in Russia. Rally driver Edward Nikolaev tasted victory with this same truck at this year's Dakar Rally, achieving first position in the trucks class for Team Kamaz.
We were very happy, and happy my team, happy my friend, and dedicate my victory and my team and my family. Thank you so much. In organization, very fantastic rally.
Nicknamed the Terminator, the truck weighs over 9 tons and is powered by a 1,000 horsepower, 16-litre diesel engine. And to make dominating the icy terrain even easier, they fitted it with reinforced suspension and spiked ice tires. With skill and precision, Nikolaev pushes the truck to around 140 kilometers per hour, hitting jumps and flying for over 30 meters. Crashing down afterwards, the truck shrugs off the heavy blow and keeps going, proving Nikolaev and his Terminator truck to be the true kings of Russia's frozen landscape.
Funsies!
Dude,
that looks exactly
The crazy
where I
thing
want
is,
to be right now.
in the Dakar, these trucks are often faster than the cars. A truck, like a 4-ton
They
truck.
are literally monster machines.
Oh, no, absolutely love it. So we've had an awesome show. Thank you so much for joining us post Father's Day. And again, happy Father's Day, brother.
happy
Thanks for being
Father's
such
Day to you,
a
man.
guiding light through my first few weeks as being a father.
You're doing
But,
fine. You're doing just fine.
I'm blessed. The terrible 2s and the terrible 3s, and you know. But absolutely, I'm going to love the fact that Amy Jones has been back here, because I mentioned earlier that she performed on the day that I found out I was having a boy.
Wow.
So it was almost like she was singing to me with her first single, Sunrise. So now just having her back here again after Father's Day, it was just so emotional,
That's
man.
amazing.
But she was just phenomenal. She really is a superstar, man.
Talking about babies, of course, we got to share in with Bailey's joy, having welcomed George Charles
Little
into
George,
the world.
yeah.
And then I think the world cannot wait for pictures of Jay-Z and Beyonce's twins. We want to know, is it boy and boy, girl and girl, girl and boy? Who knows?
But the consensus
I'm sure
is
we'll have...
probably a boy and a girl,
I think it's
judging
a
by
boy
the
and a
colour of the
girl.
balloons.
Yeah.
But I would go with that as well now. I just want to know the names. Like, if there's a blue ivy, what else is there?
Exactly. That's going to be awesome.
I love it. Well, it's been a great show, but we get to do it all over again tomorrow morning. What's coming up, guys?
Absolutely. Well, a lot of fun. It's, of course, a Tuesday health segments. We're always looking forward to that. Getting some nice tips and info. And tomorrow morning is all about healthy stress relief. So how we can manage that in a healthy way. Yeah.
Self-massage is what we're talking about.
Right. Well, you know how much I love my DIY. So tomorrow we'll actually do a little DIY massage to help you with your stress relief.
I don't know how you research.
You can do it yourself.
Then definitely not stressed. We're also going to take a look at the Forbes newly released list of the richest under 30 here in Africa. I wonder if any South African rappers have made it onto that list.
And then, of course, the big one, Belinda Davids is on the show tomorrow. Can't wait, but you need to stay tuned. We'll see you tomorrow, South Africa. Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys. Love you. Too much. Mwah.
Another feel-good production.